I just put the new starter in and the heat blanket. I just went for a drive, probably about 20 miles. Everything's nice and warm now. Typically this is when I would have the problem of it not wanting to crank after it's hot. You can see the temperature's up there. Starts up strong. I'm pretty sure that's going to take care of the problem. I also bought header wrap. Eventually I want to take the headers off and wrap them. I don't know when I'm going to do that because it's a lot of work and you have to pull the headers out through the bottom. I might wait until I get a lift installed into my shop just to make it easier. But for now, it's good. So this is the starter that I put in it. It's PowerMaster Performance Starter. That's what it looks like. The only difference, this is clockable, so you can loosen up these two and clock it where you need it so that it'll bolt up. You have to do that. It comes with a spacer for this plate that goes in between the starter and that plate. I put that spacer in, and there's also two shims that you can put on the mounting surface right here. I put both of those on, and it seems to be working perfectly fine with all the shims in there. So this is the starter. Excess torque PowerMaster works really good, and the heat shield. This is the heat shield I used. It just wraps around it and Velcros. It was kind of tight getting it in there to get the heat shield on there. I put the heat shield on after the starter was already in. It was a little difficult, but it's doable. What's going on, everyone? I have this new microphone that I'm testing out. See if that'll help pick up the audio better when I'm a little bit farther away from the camera. I'm going to go over a few things with the starter that I installed. There are a few things that you have to modify and change. This is the factory starter. There's a plug that goes right here. The one that goes into that, you'll have to cut the wire off of the other end and put an eyelet on it. And these are the eyelets that I used. Works perfectly. And then the wire that goes to this one has an L shape in it. So you have to bend that L shape flat in order for it to go on here. Because when this starter's on the car originally, it sits like this. The new starter, both of these prongs are sitting on the side of the starter. So you have to make that modification in order to get the new starter to work. But it's worth it because it completely got rid of the hard start issue for me. A couple days ago, I took it to a car show. Drove down there. It probably was about a 7-8 minute drive. It wasn't too far. And then at the show, I did a rev competition. It was right at the end of the car show. And I was on the line because no one's car that was there was louder than mine. This thing's ridiculously loud. But I was sitting on the line for probably 40, 45 minutes with the car running, revving it up, hitting the rev limiter, making it, shooting some flames about a foot out of the tailpipe. After that, I drove back over to where I had my car parked because it was the end of the night. Turned it off. It was only maybe 3 minutes that it was off, not enough time to cool down. I loaded everything up, and then when I got back in and started it, it was perfectly fine. Started right up, no issues at all. So that new starter with the heat shield 100% took care of the heat soak issue that I was having with the factory starter. So if that's something that you guys are still having problems with, the first video I did, I pinned a comment at the top saying that adding the ground did not fix the hard start issue for me. I thought it did at first, the first time I started it after that. After I drove it, it was fine. It seemed fine anyways. Then after driving it, the next time was a little bit longer of a drive, and it had the same exact problem. It didn't want to start. So, if you're still having that issue, get that starter, put it in, put that heat blanket on there, and that should take care of all your problems. From the first video, it definitely doesn't hurt to add that bigger grounding wire going from the starter, or I put mine on the bell housing, right where the starter connects, and then ran the other side of that ground to a good part of the frame. I just scratched the paint off of it and then put it on there, but it works perfect. The next thing I'm going to do is make a video series on this El Camino drag car. It's a 65 to 67, somewhere in there. I think it's a 67. It already has a full tube chassis. As you can see, I bought it like this. The body's right behind you. I'll show you that in a second. We're going to do complete build for a drag car on this. I'm going to use a lot of parts off of a 5th generation Camaro, so I need to find one of those that's crashed for a donor. And I'm going to make videos every step of the way for this one. I kind of fell off with the Camaro. I made the videos kind of as I went, but I wasn't posting anything for about 10 months. So I'm going to try to stay consistent with this one, make a lot of good videos. There's a few other things I'm going to do to the Camaro. I have an ignition system upgrade. Eventually I'll probably put a 2-step on it, and I'll make videos of that stuff. Let me show you the body for this thing. It's pretty rough. A lot of this will be replaced. All the rusted bits for the quarter panels, definitely quarter panels are gonna be cut out, and I'm just gonna weld on new quarter panels for a 67. The rockers, I might be able to fix. I don't know, they're pretty toast. And then the entire front clip is going to be fiberglass, carbon fiber. I haven't decided yet. So the entire front clip and the doors and the tailgate, that can all be fiberglass or carbon fiber. The body has to be steel, and that's for drag racing regulations. My plan is to have this around 800 to 1,000 horsepower, naturally aspirated if I can. If not, then I'll probably put a turbo on there. I might do 2 turbos, don't know. Haven't completely decided on how I want to do the build yet, but it's going to be a long process, and I'll make videos of it along the way.